Yeah, because I find that Twitter follower accounts like are pretty low relative to say other platforms. Like you wouldn't consider 20K on Instagram to be anything. It's like a nothing burger
Mm.
almost, but on Twitter, it's like actually has some weight to it.
I totally agree, especially if it's like an active 20K. I think Twitter just has the highest level of audience. Um, yeah, and I agree. I think in order of like platforms where you want to have the most and where it means the most, I'd say like YouTube's probably number one. Then you probably drop down into Twitter / TikTok. TikTok, you'll have more followers. It means more if you have a ton of followers, like 10 million, but most people just don't get that point. So, like, I would say 20K on Twitter is worth 10 times more than 20K on TikTok or Instagram.
Hmm.
But I'd say YouTube is definitely number one in terms of worth. Like,
Really?
I'd say it goes, yeah, like, I mean, yeah. YouTube's like, the thing about YouTube is you get one, the conversion rate on those subscribers, assuming they're active, is really high because they're spending so much time with you. Um, I would say the curveball is actually like Twitch. Twitch is honestly number one. Like it goes by time spent with you. So like I have a buddy who has 100K subs on YouTube, but he gets 5K concurrent live stream viewers every day on his live stream. So anything he tweets now gets like 1,000 likes with like he only has like 30K on Twitter. So it all comes from that cult following that you're able to build. The more time people spend with you on your content and your face to face, is the more loyal they'll be, the more they'll engage with you, and the more they'll convert from a business perspective into sales. So
Mm.
YouTube, especially if you're posting long form videos, they spend so much time with you that they convert at such a high rate, which is why I say that like that Hamza Ahmed guy, who's doing like 500-600K a month on his low ticket school offer with only he had like less than 1 million subs. He was able to do that because they're spending so much time with him. So um, yeah, not to go on a tangent, but yeah, like Twitch, YouTube is like kind of in its own category, and then I'd say like Twitter's definitely above like Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I think Twitter is great because it has that sort of like two-way playing field where with YouTube you're like passively watching, or it's hard to like proactively reach out to your audience. You have to like
Yeah,
dangle a carrot so they come to you and like click the link in the description or whatever.
totally
But
agree.
Twitter is like is a full padding sport or something.
Totally agree. Like I like if I was like a beginner freelancer or agency owner, Twitter is absolutely the best place too because like you said, you're able to just kind of reach out to people. Anyone who follows you, you could just shoot them a DM immediately and be like, "Hey, what's up, man? How are you? Why'd you follow me? Oh, what
Mm.
can I help you? Is there anything I can do for you? Are you interested in my offer?" You can't do that on YouTube. So like especially as like a young hustler agency owner freelancer, 100% Twitter. And I say that completely biasly because that's what I did.
So I gotta ask, who is the type of person that can pay 10K a month for Twitter ghostwriting services? Like, how can someone's Twitter budget alone be over $100,000 a year? They must be. That's nuts.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say someone who one has a high ticket offer, and someone who can make 30, 40, 50, 100K a month from Twitter. So we are typically looking for somebody who has a high ticket offer and has the active sales systems or is willing to build that sales funnel or those sales systems to actually monetize the content we're putting out. We provide a lot more than just content too, to be fair. Like we're providing SOPs, scripts, playbooks, tracking centers, databases. Like we're providing a lot of stuff so that they're able to monetize effectively. And we track all of this stuff and we report it. So, but yeah, the short answer is someone who makes 100K a month can pay 10K a month, right?
And do you sort of open Twitter as like a green field for people where it's like, hey, they're big on another platform, let's make you big on Twitter? Or do you take someone that's already successful on Twitter and then convince them to give you access to their account, to their
It's
baby?
funny. It's funny because I my answer now is so much different than in the past. Like now it's yes to all of them. There's people we've taken who already have 300K followers on Twitter and they're just looking to outsource. There's people who have 0 followers and never made a sale, but they're willing to like go all in and like try and make the business work. And those people have crushed it with us. And then there's people who are big on other platforms, which is probably the most common. They're either the most common is two people: the person who's big on another platform who is wants to now add Twitter or LinkedIn to that stack, and then the other side is the person who's a really successful business owner and they just want to build a personal brand now to
Yeah.
kind of accompany that business success. Those are the two most common. But yeah, I prefer the person who is big on other platforms or like has a big ish audience, like 10K on YouTube or something like that, because they tend to already have the assets that we're able to use. For example, they have case studies and testimonials. They have videos that they've done, podcast appearances, and there's just so much more to work with.